Hi, welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. And today's topic, we're kind of doing a throwback to the very beginning of this channel. When I first started this channel, I used to do Soulmate Sundays. And so it's not Sunday, but we're going to do a soulmate reading for you today. So a check-in with your soulmate in separation. So what are their current feelings and secret thoughts? So if you are new to the channel or you've stumbled across the channel for the very first time, we would love to have you join us. Please pull up a chair, get cozy, and we're going to have a little chat today because we're all friends when we gather at my table. For my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for being here as always. Thank you guys for all of your beautiful, kind comments below my readings this month. And for anyone who is new to the channel, I do offer a chance to win a free reading for my subscribers. So be sure to drop your comment below any of my readings this month for your chance to win. And I will notify you via the comment section if you are chosen the winner, but I will give you clear instructions on how to communicate with me and how to get the ball rolling. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, drop your comment below, be sure to hit your notification bell, and I can enter you in for that free reading. But please join us today. We have 3 piles to choose from today for your soulmate and separation reading. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts? We have pile number 1 with the Hanged Man and the whitish flower. Pile number 2 with the Lovers and the reddish flower. And pile number 3 with the Devil and the yellow flower. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting from Spirit. And I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Today is all about your soulmate and separation. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts of you? Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the little white creamish flower and to the Hanged Man, and this is your reading. What is the secret thoughts and current feelings from your soulmate in separation? The Hanged Man here just gave me this impression as soon as I picked it up of suspension, of keeping myself suspended, of somebody who has definitely learned their lesson or who have self-sabotaged opportunities in this connection and have come to that revelation as well. So you may feel like that is consistent with how you're feeling about this person, or maybe about some of your actions too, about how there could have been more that was done towards deepening the connection or more effort being put in. And I feel like this person's really thinking about that over and over and over again. I will say, I feel like they're a little bit in a victim mentality surrounding the past and surrounding this connection as well overall, because they have this revelation in relation to you, but they don't feel like they can come down from whatever's holding them back to achieve more in the connection at this time. So let's take a look at the energies themselves. So let's see, what are their current feelings and secret thoughts of pile number 1, please? 6 of Pentacles. Knight of Swords in the reversal on the floor. So we're going to put those together. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts, please? They do feel like there's so much that they didn't express that they need to get off of their chest. And they felt like they couldn't say it in the past, or they didn't have the voice, or they didn't have the words, or they didn't have the experience to say it in the past. And so they just had to kind of swallow how they felt. And I feel like there's been a time where this person has considered that, or they should have considered the fact that both of you were in the same boat in the past. Like if they feel like you had a higher position than them, or if they think that you were kind of had the upper hand, I feel like they were very wrong about that. It's all about us. It's like a question of awareness and a question of experience. It's like both of you have a different perspective on how the past unfolded. And I don't think that they have really taken enough time to consider that you were in the exact same boat that they were when it came to your confidence, your ability to speak up, your ability to create change. You could have gone to school with this person, or perhaps even worked with this person in the past, but I'm getting a very strong school vibe coming through. We have the King of Wands, and we have the Empress. It could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. I'm getting very strong Sagittarius energy coming through. We also have very strong Scorpio energy coming here. And you are the Empress. And I feel like that's why it stings so much for this person, these current feelings, these secret thoughts that they're having to hold, because they have to swallow it. It's like they have no other choice but to swallow how they truly feel. I do feel for someone watching that this person cannot come forward in this moment because of loyalties or because of other environments. And I feel like that's just a natural progression of things. But I feel like they will suffer a lot in the disconnect between the two of you, because they have now grown in their awareness. They've grown in their ability to speak up, and they're still protecting that connection on some level. Even though there's not a lot of possibility for the two of you to move forward at this point, they're still protecting that connection. And they realize that so much was left unsaid. I feel like they still want to say it, but if they said it now, it could result in changes in their life. And they don't know if they're capable of that or if they are prepared for that. It almost feels like this person feels the necessity to communicate with you, to express how they felt in the past in order to move on, or in order to gain some sort of healing or perspective, so that they can turn their gaze towards something more. Because this person had a huge crush on you in the past. That's what I'm hearing. They had this huge crush on you. And it's like they were waiting for you to say something. They were waiting for you to speak up. And maybe you never did, because the Emperor Penguin here is looking out. You know, and the male Emperor Penguin, I often say this in my channel, the male Emperor Penguin will sit upon its eggs and wait while the Divine Feminine energy goes out and hunts and does whatever she wants to do for months on end sometimes. And so there's an emphasis on that, of like waiting for months or waiting for too long of a period of time before any sort of movement was being seen, and getting frustrated. And the delay created confusion, created a perspective that was not the truth. I almost feel like sometimes in the past, when this person when their ego would be testing them, I feel like almost sometimes they would intentionally stick their foot in their mouth with you. Like they could have intentionally said something that was just a little bit, I don't want to say cruel, but just a little bit, not the truth, but just they knew it would hurt you if they said it. Maybe it could have been an attempt to make you jealous, make you think that they were looking at other people. And that was very intentional. And they're saying that that was a result of them feeling backed into a corner, or feeling confused, or feeling really insecure about how you felt. Because this person still feels like they never had the chance. It's like they were waiting for the perfect opportunity to better this connection, to make it more expansive. And they never just got that chance. They were so close, but they never got the chance. And they ran out of time. Like I just focused on this cheetah, and the cheetah can only sprint. It can't long distance run. And I feel like that's the crux of this person's limitations, is that they didn't feel like they had longevity with you. It's like they felt like they had one opportunity with you, and they missed that opportunity. And they would convince themselves that they weren't enough, or that you were on a pedestal and that they weren't on that pedestal with you, that you did not feel the same way. And I feel like this was just, again, in respect to what they perceived. It wasn't the truth of the situation. It was because they were afraid to bring their truth to the surface to see if it matched your truth. But the truth is that they did have all the resources they need. I feel like you would have perhaps accepted an offer in the past of this connection. And here we have 3 of acorns and foresight and exploration. And they wish that they could go back into the past with the knowledge that they have now and rewrite history. It's like, if I knew now if I knew then what I know now, and if I had the confidence and the focus and the strength to be able to plow through that, I wouldn't waste that opportunity. We have the Ace of Pentacles, manifestation and prosperity. And we have the 5 of Wands. And when I seen this Ace of Pentacles with the panda bear, I just saw a fumbling panda bear. It's like somebody who fumbled the shot, or fumbled the play, so to speak. And it's like they didn't know any better. The panda bear in their natural environment only eats bamboo. But when we pluck it out of that natural environment, put it out of its comfort zone, it thrives in different case scenarios. And so there's this feeling about not knowing any better. It's like, I didn't know any better. And so they went through this period of frustration, and sometimes they turn that frustration towards you, and sometimes they turn that frustration towards themselves, and they're in a victim mentality right now overall, because the chance was there. They didn't express themselves, and it's still sitting inside of them. It's still festering inside. It's creating inflammation. I also feel like this person fuels some of this attachment energy because they're still holding on to you. I feel like they fuel it because they could be watching you online. They could be keeping tabs on you in some type of way. And that's just in an attempt to try to gain some type of clarity. But the truth is that that's just fueling, giving the ego more fuel, giving the ego more reasons to make them suffer for what has happened or what has been. But their higher self is trying to get them to look beyond what has been and get them to focus upon priorities in the 3D. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts of pile number 1, please? The black egg. The potential that has passed its expiry date. And I feel like that's the reality that stings them the most. That's why this Hanged Man is actually standing in an upright position with a noose around their neck, because it's like, I self-sabotaged an opportunity and now I've lost the opportunity. Now they have to focus and fantasize about having to go back to the past. It's like, if I could just turn back time. And we have the buffalo spirit. I feel like they're in a place of abundance. I feel like they've moved into a period of abundance in their life. But this lightning bolt is in reference to the epiphanies that they've had as they've been traversing that journey. As they've been on the move, these lightning bolts, these flashes from the past keep coming in relation to you. And it feels very sad, and kind of the necessity for healing as well in order for them to move on, because they do feel like it's past its prime or it's past its opportunity. We have Cobra here. Back of the deck, a little bit defensive sometimes. They're not always completely focused on the truth. Sometimes they're focused on the negative aspects and their fear mentality. They're a little bit guarded. Sometimes there's a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Sometimes they'll look into the past and be like, well, you should have put in more effort, or why was it all on my shoulders? But that's just their pain talking. Current feelings and secret thoughts, please, of pile number 1. We have older woman and fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. And maybe you've evolved. Maybe you're a little bit older than them, but maybe you've evolved as well. And they want to know that version of you, the Empress version. This temptation that you represent right now, they still feel like this connection is a major challenge in their life that they still have to overcome. Still have to conquer these strong emotions that they feel, the great passion that is still sitting inside of them, suppressed and testing their loyalty. And the rat is working against them behind their back. Their ego is creating that conflict that we talked about. The Page of Swords with the Four of Swords, when we connect those together, is the Five of Swords, which is the conflict coming in from the ego, telling them to be defensive, telling them to put the blame elsewhere. And we have victory in some endeavor, but it's coming in the reversal. So the Hierophant, I think about Taurus energy, and I do think about evolution. So spiritual development, I think about moving into commitment cycles in our lives. And they've had these revelations since they've moved into these empowerment positions. They've had revelations about you. Wanting, in a perfect world, I feel like they would want a new emotional start with you, but I don't think they're expecting it. I do feel like they hope for freedom so that they can feel positive in the present moment here. And back of the deck is Dark Man, dealing in relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair on the back of that deck. Let's get some message cards here to see what some of their secret thoughts are, please, in reference to pile number 1, their soulmate and separation. Patience. So perhaps it's been a very long journey for you and this person at this time. They've had lots of time to grow, to evolve, to think about everything. But during that period of time, waves of emotion, I feel like, have come and knocked them off of their pedestal or their clarity, because they're not thinking clearly in the present moment. You are the, sorry, my throat's closing. You are the most beautiful person I've ever seen. The Empress energy. Time has not paled their attraction to you. I'm trying to decide what to do about this connection, what to do about these feelings that I still have, because it still hurts, like it still stings. I can't stop myself. I need closure. And I will say, sometimes, you know, the King of Wands in the future position, he has a plan. He's focused. But the problem is that this king is focused on the background. He's focused on the past. We have mirrored soul paths. That could mean that both of you are in commitment cycles at this time. Or again, there's been a aspect of the both of you being too hesitant or being too scared to take action in the past as well. Smile though your heart is breaking. Someone who's pretending, somebody who's wearing masks, making the best out of a negative situation. I can see you, I'm watching. My nights are long and filled with you. Dreaming about you with the moon energy, secretly dreaming. I will say this person isn't honest about their feelings for you around anyone else. They don't speak about you. I want to move into a beautiful future with you. But I've been deceitful. I haven't been truthful about how I truly feel about you or this connection. I just saw, do you ever think about us? What are their secret thoughts, please? Their soulmate and separation, secret thoughts towards pile number 1. I've made my bed and now I have to lie in it. And I wonder if too much time has passed. Because as time goes on, I don't know how to fix things. It's like I don't know how to rewind and get back opportunities. I keep hearing, and I've heard this song earlier today too. It was Chantal Krabiazak's Time, Where Did You Go? Why did you leave me here alone? You drive me crazy. Overthinking, losing sleep, dreaming about you, as you are a goddess. Back of the deck says past life connection. So they often get very reminiscent when it comes to you in the past. This can also reference perhaps past life, so other lifetimes as well. But they are really referencing the past of this connection. And we also have here, I can't come forward right now. And I feel like there are restrictions as to why they can't come forward. It could be because of a loyalty issue. So please take that as it resonates. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 1, please. What was the very last thought that this soulmate and separation had about pile 1 in the bowl, please? The last thought that pile 1's person had in the bowl. The King of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the Tower. I keep hearing that song, I can see clearly now, the rain has come. And so there's this feeling about revelations and full spectrum and understanding sort of via their own position and their own awareness and their own experiences about what they could have built with you. Because I feel like they dream about that life that they could have built with you. And if they are in commitment cycles right now, which could include children and other people, that's not for everyone. Please relate that to your own experience. But if they are in other relationships, they sometimes wonder about swapping out. It's like wife swap. It's like swapping out one partner for the other, or wondering what it would be like to build that type of life with you. And they thought about that. Some painful revelations too about what has been lost. In the bowl today we have the letters B, little b, a little c. We also have here the Divine Masculine Whale, and he was flipped over. The Divine Masculine did not express themselves, and so now they're drowning in their own emotion. And I just heard like a chicken saying, because, like I just heard with the BC, like a chicken saying that, making lots of excuses, but it all trickles down to fear. We have angels watching over. We have never, never give up, but it's flipped over. And we have the Strength energy. We have a music note and the Four of Wands. They do feel like the two of you could have had it all, or you could have had it all together, made beautiful music. We do have the King of Pentacles here, or Queen of Pentacles, so you could have a very mutual situation with them. There could be a very mirrored soul path that the two of you are on this moment. You may both act as temptations to the other. And even if they cannot express themselves to you, you're always you always are taking up space in the mind and in the heart. We have Libra energy here. We have October being significant. 2014. Transitions, I think about the Six of Swords as well. So needing clarity and peace and looking at things from a higher perspective. That is what I have for you today. Pile number 1. If it resonates with you, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope you come and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the red flower or to the lovers, and this is your reading. Your soulmate in separation. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts of you? So the lovers here relates to Gemini. You can see that this heart is all compartmentalized. And so there's like a special place perhaps in their heart for you at this moment. The lovers is also a card of deep connection. So it really does speak to the soulmate quality connection that you feel with this person and how they feel a deep connection to you as well. And it sort of sets itself apart from other connections as well. So a very special place here. I feel there's all these carnations coming out as well. And every time I think about the carnation, I think about, I don't know why, but like a waxy flower that can withstand a lot of time. So maybe there has been a long period of disconnect between the two of you. Maybe you've known this person for a super long time as well. So let's see, what are their current feelings at this moment? Your soulmate in separation for pile number 2, please, and their secret thoughts that they still have for you. Current feelings and secret thoughts, please, for pile number 2. We have here the Stoat, the Page of Wands. And I think of the, the Stoat is like a weasel. And we think about weasels being able to escape really small situations or really tiny enclosures. I think about sneakiness. And so some of these thoughts that they're having currently are still really kind of close to their chest. They're not expressing them. And they're really speaking too about everything that they're showing above the surface is so much, it pales in comparison to what they're actually suppressing and holding back. And I almost feel like their strength has been pulled to their limits in some regard in reference to you. It's like they're talking about the drum being pulled tightly. It's like stretched to their limitations, their strength. We have the Six of Wands, abundance. We have the King of Stones, the Wolf, King of Pentacles, howling at the moon. And the King of Pentacles with the lone wolf energy, even with the sense of an alpha wolf energy, howling at what has been suppressed, howling at themselves, howling at the situation, wanting to communicate. There's like a mournful energy surrounding the howl. And there's an expression of pain that maybe they've never felt before, because Spirit just showed me, I had 2 dogs and they grew up together. And when one of them was 10 years old, he passed away, and the other dog started to howl after he passed away. The only time I ever heard that dog howl was after his brother passed away. And he kept howling until he died. Like, he would howl every day. Mournful howls, calling out for his brother. And that's what I feel. It's like this pain that we've never experienced before, because we never experienced this type of disconnect before. And so we weren't prepared for it. And the two of you have, I feel like there's been a passage of time, like a passage of time, a long passage of time. For someone, you could be, they're talking about moving into like the winter years, like where this person is growing, they're evolving. But there's one thing that hasn't really evolved. And it's this passionate pursuit, this desire that they keep hiding and suppressing. I feel like this person thinks that they were sneaky when it comes to showing you how they felt in the past. They think that they pulled the wool over your eyes in some way. They may be completely wrong about that. You may have known exactly how they were feeling. And we have the High Priestess. Back of the deck is the Sun, and there's the Ten of Cups. And if we started with the heart, there's the heart chakra all lit up. Again, it's not that this person doesn't have things to be grateful for. They most likely very much do, but it's about you holding a special place in that sun and them seeing clearly now where they sort of went wrong in this situation, because they've grown in experience, they've grown in wisdom as well. And here's the Ten of Cups, happiness. This is talking about abundance. This is talking about positive mindsets. This can even speak about family energy that maybe they've moved into. But in regards to your connection, it's like they just want to share this with you. They want to share their full spectrum, their full perspective of this connection, because they felt like they were wearing masks with you in the past, and they're still currently wearing masks with you. And they've made clearances for growth. Like they've done everything right. It's like they've done everything right according to the collective expectations. But there's something about this connection that requires a little bit of help to achieve peace, clarity, success in this situation. And they're acknowledging that it's not that it's an insurmountable situation, but they have too many responsibilities to show the determination that they need to in order to create the clarity between the two of you. And so they just keep it inside. But it's like they're speaking through the heart space. So it's like they want to communicate with you. It's like they're speaking through the dream realm. They're speaking through your heart space. You could be dreaming about this person, or you could have noticed just recently a lot of more thoughts and you know, reminiscent energies popping up for you unexpectedly. Yeah, because they're losing sleep over this situation. I do feel like in the past you made this person really nervous. They could have been a shy person as well, but you made them exceptionally nervous. And now they're dreaming about opportunities with you. They dream about the past opportunities with you. And I do feel like this person wants to reach out and like communicate with you at this time, but they're too afraid to do that in the present moment. It's like they're pulled beyond their means. It's like their strength is being sequestered in every angle is what I hear. So it's like the work realm wants a piece of them, their family wants a piece of them, everything wants a piece of them. And so they have to keep you in a very special place, compartmentalized, where they can go back to these feelings. We have the Fool. Because it's like they can't seem to let go, even though they know that the odds are slim. The odds perhaps are against you in creating more connection here, or creating a new opportunity. A little bit of hope is their constant companion, Spirit says. But also sort of the memories about not taking chances are their constant companion at the same time. And in order to sort of maintain their passive approach towards you, they do tell themselves that maybe it's unrealistic that you feel the same way. Maybe they're naive to think that you feel this connection the way that they feel this connection. They wish that they had been more emotionally generous with you. And they're kicking themselves because of that. They're like, I should have been more vulnerable with you. I should have just said how I felt. Now they recognize the error of that way, because they recognize that they would be in no worse position than they are right now if they've just spoken up. We have the High Priestess with the High Priestess. But the truth is that there is some type of communication that could be going on between the two of you in the 5D. We have here the Hierophant, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is a common situation between pile 1 and pile 2, is that I feel like there could be commitments in place at this time. But this is more so highlighting the spiritual journey that the two of you are on, and is very, very mutual, very collaborative, this spiritual journey that the two of you are on. And I feel like it does have aspects of past life energy coming into this human experience this time around too. This person's a really reliable person. Like they are filled with integrity, they're reliable, they're a good egg. Like this is a good person. And for some reason, when it comes to this connection, it tests what they feel like is reliable about them. It's like they are steadfast, they are loyal to their environment, except when it comes to you, or except when it comes to thoughts about you, because that stings. They have so much to be grateful for, and I feel like they are grateful for things. I feel like perhaps they've moved into a fatherhood energy, if this is the divine masculine. Of course, it doesn't have to be. It's all about energy. I feel like they perhaps have moved into some type of family situation, and it's really good. There's a lot of abundance there, but there's the reality that stings, and the reality is you and this connection, and all of the potential that perhaps went wasted. Current feelings and secret thoughts, please. They are wearing masks as well. We have problems to be resolved. And now you'll be playing a different role. Complacency with the hat. It's like there's problems to be resolved and the ink pot has spilled, but we can't clean it up because of our positions. And so now they're like, I have hard work ahead because I have to do this by myself. I have to clear out the clutter. I have to heal my heart space. But as long as they're still flooding emotion towards that vase of carnations, they're just going to keep blooming. They keep changing the water. We have wealth, lots of abundance, lots of financial growth, lots of positional growth. I feel like this person's secured in their career as well. But they're recognizing here, there's a tower, solid foundation and success with effort. Diamond, you'll be receiving a precious gift. So they've moved into perhaps abundance cycles or commitment cycles. But they've also achieved clarity. As we start to build and climb one mountain, we gain a lot of experience. We learn how to climb. We learn how to navigate the rocks and the boulders that are amidst that climb. We gain a lot of awareness and experience that we can now apply to past situations. We also have here warning you of a problem either now or in the future because they don't anticipate these feelings going away. There's longevity here. It's like I'm being pushed to my limits when it comes to focusing on this connection and everything else that's being asked of me in the present moment. We have heart, love, deep affection, and caring that still exists for you in the present moment. How does pile two's person currently think and feel? What are their current feelings and secret thoughts? Their soulmate and separation. The yin-yang. They contain an aspect of each other's character within themselves. In a perfect world, I feel like this person would be in a relationship with you right now. You begin to feel your heartbeat faster when you're close together and be ready to receive what fate has planned for you. Now, the receptive card here is their curiosity about whether or not you would even be receptive. If they came forward with an offer in the past, if they broke out and spoke to you now out of the blue, how receptive would you be? They get nervous just thinking about it. And they got nervous really a lot when they were thinking about you in the past as well. I feel like this could have been a very shy person. Or in the very least shy when it comes to you. Let's see some of their secret thoughts, please, about pile number 2. You make me weak absolutely everywhere. Have you moved on? Question mark. Do you think about me too? Is this all in my head? I don't think that it is. I feel like both of you are very mutually attached to each other. I don't know how to let this go when it's my constant companion, but also the dangers associated with action are their constant companion. I spend a lot of time daydreaming about you. You have no idea what you do to me. And I have so much to tell you about my life. It's like they feel like you've missed a lot. And they've missed a lot when it comes to your experience. You've both changed so much. I'm dreaming of you. Oops. Have you blocked me? And we also have, in a perfect world, it is you and it is me. And back of the deck says, I wish that I could make you my spouse one day. So even if there's commitment cycles, they still do think about commitment cycles within the dynamics of your connection as well. So let's get a couple of message cards here. We'll use the Honest Love Tarot. What are their secret thoughts, please, right now for pile number 2? Oh, they want to explore. We started with the Page of Wands. Their curiosity killed the cat. And they're still very curious about you. They still want to know what that would be like to have a physical relationship with you, what that would feel like, what they would experience, and they're still holding on to that fantasy. I will say there's exhaustion that's setting in, though. They're tired. But they don't know how. They don't know it, like the card said, they don't know how to let it go. This is all I have to give. All I have is this fantasy, this curiosity. It's like I can't interfere with my commitment cycles. This is all I have. And I'm starting to weigh out my options. When I think of the Two of Pentacles, I do think about mini chariot energy. So somebody who does have intentions, perhaps eventually, of speaking to you or figuring things out or bringing clarity into the situation. So holding space. But perhaps the maintenance of that space does stop them from being able to solidify their position. It says, I see things clearly now. It took them some time to get to that place of discernment here. And truthfully, in this moment, this all feels so hopeless. Number 5, we have the Hierophant as well because of practical situations. Underneath that, it says, I'm afraid to take my masks off. I'm afraid to look bad. And that's why it feels so hopeless to me in the present moment. Oh, pile number 2. Let's get a charm bowl for you. What was the very last thought that pile 2's soulmate and separation had about them? In the bowl, please. The Lovers. You were drawn to the Lovers, Gemini. We also have Virgo. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. There is this really strong momentum towards purpose and intention and connection and them feeling like this was destiny. This was supposed to be destiny. And then we got grounded because of fear. We got grounded because of misdirection. And now they feel sort of stuck. It's like they don't feel like there's anything they can necessarily do in the present moment. It's like they've moved into this shade of gray where it just is what it is, because it could be in relation to decisions between partners at this point. But they still can't help but feel the temptation of this connection and have it pull their awareness back into the past. I feel like they were also contemplating what could be done between the two of you. We do have this 6 of Cups along with the 8 of Pentacles. And the truth is that there's a soulmate quality connection here. That's what we're talking about, is this soulmate and separation and how it is worth the effort that we are compelled to take to create change or clarity. We have ironing things out. And we have here the 6 of Pentacles. Now I think about karmic relationships. So there could be karmic relationships here on both sides, actually. We have Gemini. We have here the turtle on his back. So I think of the Knight of Pentacles, and I think about responsibility. We have the Tree of Life, so commitment cycles, and uprooting the Tree of Life. That could be one of the reasons why they hesitate to plant seeds here. Here's the 2 acorns, and Scorpio, afraid of changes in their life, and being pulled in different directions here with the Horse as well. Gemini and Scorpio. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. I would love to read for you. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the Yellow Flower or to the Devil card, and this is your reading. Your soulmate and separation, what are their current feelings and secret thoughts of you? Now, the Devil can speak to Capricorn energy and attachment and possession, a lot of obsessive thinking over you. It can also speak to attachment to other realms as well, and things that hold us back from reconnection at this time too. You can also see that there's antlers growing. It's like 2 different sets of antlers growing. So there's perhaps been longevity. I just heard button buck. So somebody perhaps that you came of age with, someone that you went to high school with, for instance, that is still pursuing or thinking about you from the past. So let's take a look here. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts of pile number 3, please? Their soulmate and separation. We do have the 10 of Pentacles. It could have been years since you've seen this person. They're very much still loyal to you. They've built a lot for themselves. And this has been common over the last 3 piles about connection, deepening connections. And oftentimes when we're dealing with soulmates and separation, we will move on into other karmic partnerships. So that could resonate with you or not. And if it doesn't resonate with you, Spirit says we're just dealing with collective energy today. So if it doesn't resonate, you can try a different pile or a different reading. But there's loyalty to you and loyalty being tested. They wonder how you're perceiving everything, though. They wonder if they're alone in that struggle. There's the Devil, Capricorn. This person is not convinced that you still feel as intensely as they feel in the present moment. They think that you perhaps think about them and You have curiosities and maybe a few regrets, but they are convinced that their emotions are so much bigger. Knight of Pentacles. There's some very similar energies between the last two piles. And you can see that this Knight is turning gray. His armor starting to sprout roots. So it's been a long time. And with time, we're empowered. You know, we gain more experience. This person has grown and matured. Truthfully, I feel like they're almost better looking than they were in the past. It's like, you know, especially divine masculine energy. It's like somebody who's really grown into their features. I feel like they've even like, and they're showing me like a goatee, or like they've grown into their features. We have the Empress. We have the Hierophant. We also have the Nine of Swords. So they could be attached to a marriage, for instance, or some type of connection. They're definitely attached to this situation and to the spiritual development that has occurred between the two of you. It's like you guys are at a crossroads and you're stuck there at this precipice of change. And nobody took that leap. Nobody took that leap of faith in the past. The Nine of Swords here is really speaking about a bit of a torture energy. I feel like they are definitely dreaming about you and losing sleep, like bad dreams perhaps in relation to you, because there's the Two of Cups. This highly, highly influences them in the present moment. Your emotions, your feelings, thoughts about you influence this person very, very heavily in the present moment. Influences their dream realm. I feel like they dream about being in a relationship with you. And they get jealous of people who are around you as well. There's a really strong emphasis on friendships here. So this may have never evolved into any type of connection in the past. It doesn't mean there wasn't a soulmate quality connection to it. But you're so different, and that's why they can't let go. You're so different. You've proven yourself to be so different. And they've recognized that now after the fact. It's like it took me walking away to recognize that the attachment was so strong. And it almost feels like too little too late. Like as soon as the epiphany came in, it's like this revelation of like, it's too late. And now I have to suppress how I truly feel. And they're really talking about their own stubbornness in not seeing it clearly in the past, or their own stubbornness in not acting towards the connection in the way that they should have. There's the Lovers, and there's the Ace of Pentacles. Because they feel like the seeds were planted with flirtation, but there wasn't enough pursuit after the fact. We didn't work on the growing conditions. And they still fantasize about having a physical relationship with you. They fantasize about you being the aggressor in these fantasies as well. It's like you can't stop yourself. You can't hold back. You have to express how you truly feel, which gives them permission in these fantasies to do exactly the same thing, to give in to that proclamation from you. You have the Two of Swords. But that's the problem, is that Spirit says they're all fantasy and no action. They don't want to create havoc in your life by raising a flag towards you now. But they often have conversations with you in their head or by themselves. Like they have conversations with you still. And this could mean that they're actually communicating to you, but I feel like it's not. I feel like this communication is happening internally. But if you are communicating with them, then that is a message waiting for you. They've already come to a crossroads in their experience or in their investments where there's an obvious truth about your connection. But even at that crossroads, it's like they're maintaining that. They're maintaining the crossroads. They're maintaining the mask that they need to in order to turn their back upon that truth so that they can continue going in the direction that they first planned. We have the Eight of Cups. We also have the Three of Wands here and the Two of Wands. They still get really jealous about you. Like they get very jealous even if they don't have the right to. They get very jealous when it comes to you and people who get to spend their time with you. They have convinced themselves that you've moved on. Whether or not that's true or not, they have convinced themselves that you have probably moved on and that you're not really feeling the same way. They feel like they missed their wave. Here with this Three of Wands, she's holding onto this surfboard, and they feel like they've missed their wave. And they don't know that another wave like that will come along again, you know, like. And it's funny because they're showing me this old movie with Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello, and they're talking about the big kahuna, the big wave, the one that everybody waits for. It's a record-breaking wave, and you were that record-breaking wave, the big kahuna, and they missed that record-breaking wave. And another one's not going to come along just every day. They just don't come along like that. And so now it's like they're faced with the tsunami that comes afterwards. The Two of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the death cycle here. In a perfect world, there could be reunions. They miss their best friend. They're very loyal still to that memory of you and to this connection that the two of you had, and the time of life where you guys were hanging out. It was very light. It was filled with optimism. It was filled with a lot of abundant mindsets. And there was a lot of possibilities that they felt were open to them in the past that they feel like have closed at this point. So they're still very loyal to the memory of you. In the memories of you, you can't do very much wrong. And they feel like they had blinders on, like they were just, it's like it was sitting right in front of me and I just didn't take it. And I can't quite understand their reasoning from the past. It's like sometimes we disconnect from that past version of us and we're like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? We have Dark Man, dealing with a relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. And heartache over what you no longer have. But it's the trident. They have to keep it suppressed under the water. It says you should accept valid criticism, the Cup. And throughout this healing cycle, they've been pretty rough on themselves. I feel like this person is their worst critic, their own worst critic. We have May. I think of Taurus energy. We do have the Hierophant, so this person could definitely be an earth sign. We also have Gemini, Capricorn. We have Wheel, indecisiveness and allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And in the present moment, they do feel like they're, in relation to your connection, they feel stuck. In relation to everything else in life, I feel like they're moving right along, but they feel really stuck in this connection. It says, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. Could definitely be a Taurus energy. A stubbornness that did not serve them in the past because it didn't allow them the amount of vulnerability that they needed, and a stubbornness now that is keeping them in a mindset of hesitation still. We have here unsuccessful plans, and we have here taking a vacation physically or mentally. Now every time I see knot, I think of tying the knot, so I think of marriages, but also unsuccessful plans when it comes to you wanting to perhaps be in a partnership with you in the present and using this connection with you as a bit of an escapism in their own investments. Trouble and accusations, frying pan out of the pan and into the fire, and that could be why they keep to themselves. They don't want to create havoc for you or for themselves, and they have convinced themselves that perhaps you've walked away. That could be because they're keeping tabs on you in the present moment, because there's a motherhood energy coming through for the divine feminine. So maybe they're privy to the fact that you've had children or that you've moved into a commitment timeline. That doesn't necessarily speak volumes to what you're feeling emotionally, but they're making assumptions. What are their current feelings and secret thoughts of pile number 3, please? What they've learned here, they really are reflecting during this struggle about what they've learned. They learn to be more determined. They learn to take advantage of opportunities as they present. And they're still so loyal. The loyalty is palpable. Be loyal to what you love, the dog spirit. And it's number 19 because they see things clearly. They've had their aha moment when it comes to you. They've had their epiphanies. And they're very loyal to that soulmate 6 of Cups energy. They're very loyal to their friend. And that's what it feels like. They really miss their friend in relation to you. Let's get some message cards here to see what are their secret thoughts, please, of pile number 3. You are so very special. And Ace of Cups reverse. It's like, I wish that I'd let you know that. It's like, I wish that I'm stressed out because you don't know how special you are to me. And there's unfinished cycles here. I just dream and wish for everything. It's coming in the reversal as well. And they want to reveal that to you. They want to express that to you. They're afraid of being perhaps caught by it. I just want you all the time, but creating frustrating delays with the Eight of Wands. Please give me time. I've never felt like this before. I feel like they don't want you to give up feeling the way that they feel. They want company in how they feel about this connection. And ultimately, they want to lower your inhibitions. They want to get the answers out without the ego getting in the way, or without our own minds getting in the way, our own fears getting in the way. They want to spend some time taking you out and lowering your inhibitions so that they can get their answers. Let's get some messages here. What are their current secret thoughts, please, of their soulmate and separation for pile number 3? It will never be over for me. Full stop. I'm trying to move forward, but it will never be over for me. It says here, keep your chin up. It was coming in the reversal. Because sometimes they get almost into depressive energy. I just saw missing you comes in waves. Let's run away together. Are we still friends? And I'm afraid to take a chance. They were afraid to take a chance in the past of this connection as well. They were afraid to take a chance when the two of you were just in a friendship dynamic. No one has ever made me feel like you do. We have twin flame connection, and you make me want to be my best. You have a powerful influence over this person despite the fact that there's disconnect here. It says, I will find my way back to you is on the back of that deck. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 3, please. What was the very last thought that their soulmate and separation had about pile 3 in the bowl? We have the Two of Wands. We have the Hierophant. We have the Eight of Cups reversed. This person's last thought about you was wanting to return home. They want to go home again. They want to go to the past again. They want to go to the flirtation cycle that was happening between the two of you, the cat and mouse game that was happening. They were thinking about those moments, and they want to go back to that place so that they can express how they truly feel in those opportunities. They may have spurred some of this thought towards you by watching you online or checking in on you online in some way. And whatever they saw, it just triggered them, just made them want to reach out. We have when. It's like, when will we get together? When will there be closure? We have W and N in the bowl. We have here the crescent moon. I think about the High Priestess. We have 2 black stars of Aquarius here. Healing energy, refocusing back to love, hopelessness, some sadness, depression. Scorpio and Virgo. We also have here T-Rex. I think about something that is extinct. I think of little arms too. It's like I'm so close yet so far away. So there's this feeling about little boys, extinction. We have this nursing cap, hospital nursing connection, and you versus you. A connection that they feel is written in the stars as well. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.